Welcome to the Golden Square Podcast with your hosts, Linda Scott and Sharilyn Fisher. Are you ready? Because we're starting now.
Hey,
everybody. Hello.
So, Miss Madam,
Yes,
how are you doing today? I know you're kind of crazy because you're getting closer and closer and you don't have no more kids, but take a deep breath.
I'm still drinking a little bit,
Yeah, it's gonna be all right.
I hear medicine saying at funerals that it's the week after the funeral that you really need to check on the family. Y'all need to check on me.
Okay, so y'all heard it from her herself. She's going through withdrawals. Whole thing.
Nothing to do.
Ain't that something? I'll give her something to do, but it won't be with babies. I'm sorry.
Eating all the children's snacks.
Ain't that something? You're gonna be big as a house. So better let it go.
Let it go.
Outside of that, you're okay.
I'm okay.
That's good. So we have so much to talk about because y'all. Okay, so number 45 has lost his everlasting complete finish. Okay, go ahead.
No mind to lose.
Okay, that's right. Let's say this before we really get started. And we some condolence to some of the families in Florida. And y'all know I'm from Florida, so I've been calling my family left and right. Hey, so
my friends and family.
So and we pray that everything would turn out just right for you, and the water will dry up. Houston is used to it.
I pray that they get their lights on sooner than Houston got there.
Yeah, and it's like 1,000,000.4 without power. But again, we're accustomed to that kind of
they
stuff.
They have 50,000 trucks
already lined up.
Already in place.
That is
Houston,
beautiful.
What's wrong with you?
They're gonna be ready for us the next time. That's it. Yeah, but we had
don't be a next time, but
life, I don't know. It's the season. It doesn't end till November 30th. But and we have a Republican governor here, so ain't no telling. Yeah, ain't no telling. But anyway, we want to welcome you out. Yeah, we welcome you out to the Golden Square Podcast. Sharilyn and I are super excited. And Madam President, bring on everybody. Let's get this party started. Hey, Bridget. Okay, Reginald in the house. Hilda. Everybody listen.
We got a great show.
We got a great show, Sharilyn. We planned this from the day we hung up last week to make sure that we can have the right people in here talking about everything that's crazy and crazier, and that number 45 that y'all know I despise him.
Hey, Tanya.
Hey. So let's
before we get deep
into it.
I want to say this.
Say it, girl.
I have a friend who lives in a 55 plus complex. And Linda and I keep saying how important it is for you to check to see if you're eligible to vote.
Right.
They went in and they checked these people to vote, and there were 355 senior citizens who had been suspended.
Yeah.
We got them all registered.
We got
them all registered before the deadline on Monday. But please go in and make sure you are registered.
But even if I think now, y'all don't hold me to it, but if I'm not mistaken, if you haven't done that by October 7th, which was Monday, it's kind of like too late. Mm-hmm. It's kind of too late.
But don't go to the polls and be embarrassed.
Exactly. But just double check. That's what we continue to say at all times. And I know I have been posting, please check yourself. I know I post October the 7th was the last day, but these are very, very important things that we have to check. And especially the state of Texas, the state of Georgia, the state of Florida, we have to check. And another thing, don't let them try to say, no, you can't use this, or no, you can't do that. As long as you have your registration card or you have your valid driver's license, don't give them no excuse. We can't give them an excuse. That's what they are looking for. And that is to discourage you and make you turn around and do not go vote. Y'all just tell them I'm fighting to the end. So somebody, I ain't leaving. I'm voting for somebody. So
I'm not leaving.
Don't give up. Don't give in. Just do what we got to do.
They have people at the polls. I think they call them voting marshals.
Marshals, yes.
Voting marshals. Ask to see one, speak one. For any reason they tell you can't vote, ask to speak to a voting marshal and let him explain to you why.
And if it's a why, because they're going to walk you back in there and you're going to be able to vote. But that's what their job is, to discourage you not to vote. And we want to discourage them, a waste of time. Okay.
Tanya said, I am registered and I downloaded my voter registration card. They better not play with. No, Tanya, they better not play with you. Don't play Atlanta. Don't play with Tanya, please.
That's it. So it's so much that we have to talk about. And then on top of all of that, y'all go and get a minivan or SUV, who van. I don't care what you put them in, but just take those people to the polls and vote. And if you have mail-in, y'all help the senior citizens or the people who are not able to go and send that stuff in. Go get them and take them right to the headquarters itself. Don't even play with the mailbox. Someone has to take control, and we're trying to push this as best we possibly can because we have to. And in order for our grandchildren, except you, Todd, but everybody on this panel, for our grandchildren, we have to protect their future. And if everything goes according to number 45, our grandchildren won't see nothing. They won't have any history of who we were. They won't have nothing, just nothing. I said last week before, Social Security thing, Social Security, they can be like, what is that? Because they're never going to see it again. So y'all hear me say y'all, let's get this thing together and let's move forward. So let's go.
Let's ask for our volunteers right quick. Linda and I are looking for volunteers. When I went to that apartment complex 55 and plus, what we're going to try to do is not wait until the voting day, November what's the date of vote? November the 5th. We're not going to wait till then to take those people to vote. We're going to do early voting, and we're going to take a few at a time. So every day we're going to take a few of those people to do early voting. So if anybody want to volunteer,
please
help us take those things, so we would definitely appreciate it. And the apartment complex has 1,000 people. Some of them drive, some of them have families, but the majority of them don't. No. And these people need a way to get to the polls. So
and
anybody want to volunteer and help us, we appreciate it.
And if you have any questions concerning anything, call the 800 number. It's 866-687-8683. Any questions you have about voting, please do not hesitate to call and get help. Again, remember what the object is for them. The objection is for them to discourage us not to vote. Yeah. And we don't want that. So we want to say, come November 5th, Madam President. Yes, I love that. So let's go ahead and get this party started. Y'all got the important pieces. So here we are this evening talking about some of the, I have to remember y'all. And then I need to put a card in front of me because my sister be listening and I don't want to say no bad words. But number 45 makes my stuff come out. Yeah, it makes it come out. It gets to the tip, then she be there and I be able to put it back in. But listen, number 45 have lost everything that he thought he had as a mind. And I was looking at the view. I don't understand men who can't accept a woman being able to do what God has given her the strength and the ability to do. So he talked about what is it, Call Me Daddy? That podcast where this girl has over 1 million points something, and she has a contract with Spotify. And when when Kamala went and interviewed with her, he talked about them like they were a dog with their tail wrapped between their left leg. I just wanted to I want to start off this program tonight. If our President, Toy, you must gonna be the president at some time. But if our producer would play that clip so we can start with a positive, strong woman vibe, and let's kick this. So I'm waiting on you, Toya.
Have a personal legal note.
I think the other one asking the question is dumber than Kamala. So she's a dummy. I watched her over the years. That is one dumb woman.
Donald Trump, I want to thank you for personally telling so many lies and committing so many alleged crimes and providing us with material on a daily basis. You help us do our jobs, and I'm so appreciative. Because of people like you, a former prosecutor and legal expert can become a fixture on a show like this. And again, I'm so grateful. I admit I may not have spent as much time in a courtroom as you have.
That's a good one.
I was also recognized with a Special Achievement Award by the Department of Justice. You remember the Department of Justice, right? It's the agency that's been pursuing you for decades. And like Madam Vice President Kamala Harris, I've had a history of prosecuting sex offenders. So thank you for keeping people like us in business. And as for dumb questions, you're always welcome to come here and answer some, if sitting so close to a prosecutor won't make you nervous. I'll even give you a free View mug, not to be confused, though, with a mugshot, because that's your area.
You see what I'm saying? I love it. I love it. And I had to play that because men such as this person need to know that we are intelligent people. Yes. You had a mama who should have told your daddy that night, not tonight, honey. You have sisters, you have daughters yourself, you have granddaughters. What message are you? I forgot about you got a wife too. She don't know no better. But anyway, you have all these females behind you, with you, and on the side. What message are you sending to them? That they are nobody, that they are dumb, can't be anybody. But we're not having that, because we have granddaughters, we have sisters, we have nieces, and we tell them every day, you're the smartest person that walks out this door. And all that you don't know, you will know. Just keep your head up and soak in all of that people are pouring out to you, and that you can be anything that you want to be. So number 45, you about the dumbest mother dumbest that I've ever ran into in my life. So, all right, y'all. So where we going? So Reginald, how are you going to be here to help our men to fight this right here? Because we need you all to know that we are strong women, and there's nothing that could turn us away.
Well, so first of all, thank you for having me. I think that one of the most important things to do is to continue to educate our people. I always tell people, part of the reason why we see such a movement of strong Black women in society is because, unfortunately, Black men, we've come up short in some of those areas. And so when you have someone like Trump and the bigots that follow him, you know, that's all you have to offer, right? I mean, we teach our kids, you know, better than what we see out of him. And so what we have to do as Black men is we have to continue to support our Black women, Kamala Harris and others who are in positions of leadership. And specifically for this race, we have to make sure that we continue to fight disinformation with facts. And so it's not so much as trying to persuade anybody that's undecided, because I don't believe that there are any people out there that are undecided. It's more so about getting people off of the couch that are registered voting, making sure that they go out there, because there is much at stake when we're dealing with, as you call him, 45, because he really doesn't deserve to be addressed with any title other than that, or being racist or whatever.
Right. Well, you know, Reggie, if it's okay to call you Reggie. But there are people, unfortunately, that are still undecided. And that's why we have you and everybody that's on this panel tonight to sew into those particular people. Some people didn't see the view, but that's why that message was posted there. There are other things that they are missing for as Project 2025. All of these things are it's crazy. It's totally crazy. And we are trying our best to do our job, which, like as you stated, to educate. That's what we are here for. So Hilda, I know you researched Project 2025. Can you give us some information about it?
Are you muted, Hilda?
I think she's.
Oh,
There you go.
There you go.
can you hear me?
Yes.
There's no possible way that people don't know who Trump is. And I think what's lacking is people don't know who Kamala is. And so that I'm happy to share who she is and what she has done for us, through her whole life as a public servant. So I'm happy to share that. I'm Team Kamala 100%, and I'm more than happy to share. But right now we'll talk about Project 2025. This is what some of the things that we are facing if Trump is elected. Complete ban on abortions without exceptions. End marriage equality. Elimination of unions and worker protections. They're doing away with unions. Defund the FBI and Homeland Security. Eliminate federal agencies like the FDA, the EPA, the NOAA, and more. Mass deportation of immigrants and incarceration in camps. End birthright citizenship. Cut Social Security. Cut Medicare. Eliminate the Department of Education. We're already banning books. Teach Christian religious beliefs in public schools. Use public taxpayer money for private religious schools. And the Affordable Care Act. Ban contraceptives. Additional tax breaks for corporations and the 1%. End civil rights and DEI protections in governments. Ban African American and gender studies in all levels of education.
Wow.
And climate protections. We desperately need that. Increase Arctic drilling and much, much more.
Hilda, one of those that really, really caught my attention was the birthright citizenship. Now that if a child, baby, is born in the United States, he's going to take away their citizenship?
Yes.
Yep.
That's
crazy. Yep. And what caught me, it was so many things, but what caught me on it was the climate. And we just went through the storms, and they're not even finished. Then another one was the Bible. So they take that Bible out and replace it with his Bible. Now, here's the thing with his Bible. Let me look at my notes because y'all, I'm crazy. I'm about crazy. The Bible that Trump had, Trump sent it over to China. Whereas we're supposed to be keeping everything here in America. Am I correct?
Right.
So you sent it to China, paid $3 to have them printed, and then you come back and sell them over here for $60. Do you not know that you could go to a hotel room and get a Bible for free? Okay, now I ain't say that, but anyway, I didn't know that kind of stuff. But I do travel a little bit, and in the drawer there's a Bible there. But you can always get a Bible for free, the real one. Trump don't even know who Jesus is.
They give them away at Goodwill. When people donate Bibles to Goodwill, Goodwill will not sell them to you. You can go to Goodwill and and get a Bible for free.
And read it for yourself. And no, there's no person in there. I know I remember hearing saying Paul. I heard him say Timothy. I heard him say Moses. I heard him say Mark, Matthews. I heard him say all them names. I'd be darned if I ever heard of Trump. And I'm 67 in a month. I'll be 67 and never heard them say God sent Trump to do anything. Never have I heard it. People, we have to realize that this man is truly an idiot. Oh, wait a minute. He's not an idiot. It's those who believe in him are idiots. I'm just going to call y'all. Can call me later and I'll know what to tell you when you call me. But that's my view.
What's scary is that several of his officials and advisors were authors of Project 2025. And so if he gets elected, guess what? They're coming back in.
Exactly.
Wow. He said this morning that the people, I don't know what people he was referring to. He said, but the people are finally realizing that Kamala is stupid. I don't know who he's referring to.
I have no
idea.
What
people he's referring to.
I have no idea.
But I know a whole lot of people already know. We're not coming to the conclusion that you're stupid. We already knew.
Exactly.
Now, one thing I wanted to speak on what Hilda talked about, this abortion ban and doing away with birth control. That is really crazy because just last night, a friend of mine told me that his wife is in the labor and delivery. And there was a lady that gave birth to a baby whose brain did not develop. All the baby had was a brain stem. They knew this at 19 weeks of this woman's pregnancy, but she couldn't abort it. So she had to go full term knowing that her baby brain was not going to develop. Wow. She delivered the baby, and guess what? She had to take the baby home with her until the baby dies.
Oh.
Now, come on, y'all. How horrible is that for a mother? How horrible is that for a mother? And this is this man's plan to not give a woman the right to end the pregnancy if she already know in advance that the baby is not going to be.
Right. And that's a double, that's a double whammy for my mother. Because for one, I could have prevented my child from going through what he's about to go through. And then two, now I got to see my child pass on me.
Suffer and pass.
Yeah, you
just waiting for the day. You're just waiting for the day. It's torture.
Exactly.
And the other piece to that too is as we talk about the presidential election, one of the things when we talk about educating our voters, we have to look beyond just the office of the presidency, right? There are local elections taking place. So when we talk about Ted Cruz, right, who's up for re-election, and we're talking about healthcare, keep in mind as we talk about healthcare and abortion rights, Texas ranks amongst the last in healthcare. Right. Yes. And they're third and last in the country as it relates to women's health. And so we rely on our local officials, the Senate, and here in Texas, again, with the governorship as well as the state houses are ran by Republicans. And they are directly affecting the lives of these women also. So when people are going out to vote, these are things that you need to keep in mind also, not just about at the top of the ticket, but down candidates and where they stand with these issues of healthcare rights.
Right.
Now,
That's right.
I challenge all voters to go to ballotpedia.org. And ballotpedia.org is going to list every let's say Ted Cruz.
Yes.
Whoever's running against Ted Cruz, they're going to list all Ted Cruz and what his issues and what he's for. And then whoever he's running against, they're going to list all of his issues and what he's running for and what he's not. We need to research that. We need to really pay lot of attention. There's the ballot right there. Just type in whoever it is, the governor of
the candidate, all of that.
Name, and you don't even have to know who he's running against.
Right.
You just type in Ted Cruz, and it's going to automatically give you his running mate, and it will tell you all the information. Because we used to vote straight Democratic ticket, straight Republican ticket. Well, you can't do that anymore. So you need to go and you need to research every person on that ballot and see what they're for. because just because they're Republican does not mean that they have Republican views, and just because they're Democratic doesn't mean they have Democratic views. You need to know.
And we already see that. We see that with Liz Cheney and all those other Republicans coming over to the Democratic side because they know this man is an idiot.
He's an idiot.
Girl, he's more than an idiot. But, you know, I don't know who but anyway, he's more than an idiot. But these are things that we have to continue until November 5th. Push everybody to get there and vote. Todd, let me ask you this question. You got that, Sharilyn.
I said, yes, it's important for voters to understand the importance of local voting. This is why the conversation shouldn't be every 4 years.
Absolutely.
Ben Smith.
Yes. And
that's my cousin.
Absolutely. Hey, cousin. So absolutely, everybody, that is so true. And the part of it that is so true and so important about that particular statement is that they're taking that stuff out of the school, so our children won't learn it.
Exactly.
Our children would never understand.
Teach them at home.
Exactly. So, Mr. Miller, Mr. Todd.
Yes.
You being the youngest person on this panel. Mm-hmm. And I have overheard some conversation that you and your peers have had. Mm-hmm. I know in the beginning of our conversation, talking about voting and voting for Kamala, you and your friends was talking crazy. What have you learned from our conversation in the beginning to right now?
I mean, I just learned that research is key. You have to have research in everything. You have to know about who you're voting for, why you're voting for them, and what they're going to do to help you, like when you're going to vote for them. I feel like my peers, like a lot of us fall victim to like hearing stuff on the news or whatever, and we'll be like, oh, like, well, we don't got to vote because everybody in politics is crooked and stuff like that, without just doing research and stuff like that. So what I really learned is like just got to research and form your own opinion and not listen to others, really. That's really it.
That's right. Yeah. I like that. Very good.
Yes.
That's a great answer. Because Tom has a friend, y'all.
I have a question. So, Todd, I like how you answered that. That's a very mature answer. That's growth. So have you had the discussion with your peers since then to explain to them what you just explained to us? Do research and learn for yourself.
Yes, I've had that discussion, and I hate to say it, but a lot of my peers are just like they're not really just educated on like voting for real. You know what I mean? They're just
even with
well, they're more of a we see a woman and like, oh, like, well, we're not gonna vote for her because she's a woman and stuff like that, and it's just like not right. And then they hear, oh, well, Trump did this or Trump did that, or I know Trump gave us some money, so we're gonna go vote for Trump, which is just like not the way to think. Like they're not doing any type of research. Like they believe. I had one peer tell me that Kamala Harris Trump said she's not black, so he believed it. He's like, she really said she's a Native American. I'm like, you can't just believe anything he says. You have to do your own research. That's it.
And you know, that's so funny to me when people goes, oh, she's not black. She's not black. Well, my response is this. Ever since there was an election for president, you voted for a white man, except for when Obama ran. So what is the difference if she's not black? You weren't worried about voting for somebody black. All those years you voted for somebody white. That is so ignorant.
Yeah, what does
it matter?
It's so ignorant. Oh my gosh.
What is she bringing to the table is what they need to be concerned about.
Right.
Worried about the wrong thing, and that's ignorant.
About the wrong thing.
And if she's not black, she is what? A human being.
Right. A smart one at that.
Exactly. That's just what my words getting ready to say, Todd. A very smart human being on top of that.
Also, too, she has always been a public servant, and she has always worked for the people, and she has done so many things for us. You know, whereas Trump, it's only him. He's only concerned about him and how he can get more wealthy.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, she was attorney
and more idiot followers.
I'm not going to mess up your name anymore.
Just say Smith.
Miss Smith. But she wants to know, how do we connect with parents to keep them informed on the importance of voting for local officials.
Just like we're doing right now.
Like we're doing right now.
We
talk about it every week. Every Thursday night, we talk about them for it.
The thing about politics yesterday, and I'm not talking about 24 hours. Yesterday, we were not, it was not good to talk about religion and politics.
Mm-hmm.
Today has changed. If y'all don't open y'all mouth,
Mm-hmm.
hard y'all lips, and talk about the importance of who the candidates are running to run this country. Mm-hmm. We have to do this. There is no ifs, ands, and buts. And I might not have to ask you, so who are you voting for? But we can open our conversation with, President, if the election is coming on, and, what do you think the values of whomever? You don't have to tell me who you're voting for.
Right.
You're voting for Kamala and you vote for Trump, and I find out, I'm be mad. That's it. So, I understand all of that, but we have to have a dialogue about what is going on in the world today. And I am so one of those who I am so concerned with tomorrow. And my tomorrow is I am closer to the end than I am the beginning. I have a 4-year-old grandchild, and then I have 4 other grandchildren, 20 and above. What's going to happen to my baby that's 4? How can I help her? I pray to see her become 10, 11, 18.
I pray she gets Social Security check.
But how do we get there if we don't talk about it?
Right.
If you're taking something out of school and you're not having a conversation at home, how do we help our kids?
So Bridget, hold that thought. We need to go to commercial break. So hold that thought, and we'll come right back. And Bridget, you can give us your comments.
Okay.
Hey, this is your girl, Linda Scott. I am here to introduce you to Linda S. Jury 1426. Now, some of you know me, some of you don't. But if you don't know me, get to know me. Check out and scan the QR code below. Look at the inventory. I made this. God created. I put it together. See you soon. Okay, welcome back.
Welcome back, everybody. So, Bridget, you were going to say something just before we went to commercial break.
Well, I was just going to say, how do we keep parents informed to answer that question? It's whenever we go out and we have gatherings, we're out having cocktails. There's nothing wrong to talk about that. We talk about everything else. That is a very important topic that needs to be talked about more often. So as often as we talk about everything else, we can talk about that. Like Linda said, we don't necessarily have to say, oh, I'm voting for this person or that person. But throughout the year, we don't have to wait until it's the presidential voting. We don't have to election. We don't have to wait. We just need to stress the importance because we see what's going on around us every single day. And it's really sad. Like Linda said, my little grandbaby is 2. He'll be 3. But like, oh, my God, what is the world going to look like for him when he becomes an adult?
Exactly.
What do? We need to start what we can do now and not wait for then and for later and for somebody else to do it. If it's important to us and we know it, then it needs to be important enough for us to share it with somebody else.
Exactly.
One of the things we tried to do with the Golden Square podcast was we tried to bring on a lot of local politicians to come on the show and give their views. And that's something that Linda and I hope to do it all through the year, not just for the general election, but for the local elections. So they can come and they can give their issues and their views. And I would really like to do is bring on somebody and bring on their running mate, like a small debate.
I know.
Like a small debate. Hard. Like, one person say, I'm against abortions, another one say, well, I'm for abortions. And each one can say why they're there.
And I'll be the one in the middle hollering, you for abortion, you not.
Stand for the life to stop a woman from making decisions about her body.
Yeah.
It's nothing they can say can make me understand it. So maybe we get some politicians on here and I still not going to understand, but maybe they can try.
But my thing is, we as human beings haven't accept that it's okay to agree and disagree with each other. You're not always right. Sharilyn not always right. Linda is, but Sharilyn is. But I'm just kidding. But that's the whole thing. See, now y'all disagree with me. It's okay. I didn't take offense to it, and that's what we have to learn as human beings. That it's okay to agree and disagree. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't make me talk about this man by myself because I can't.
Well, I won't. I love to talk about him, and I pray I don't go to hell for talking about him and feeling the way I feel about him. Because if I go to hell, that may be the reason.
And that's who you're gonna see. He's gonna be at the door.
Oh Lord.
He's gonna be the welcoming committee.
Lord, I'm sorry, Lord. No. I have a question for Reginald.
Yeah.
So, Reginald, how do you feel? You are a man. You are a manly man. You're a strong man. How do you feel, or do it make you feel a certain type of way to see a female, a woman, a lady as president? Does it make you feel some type of way?
No. I think that a part of being a man is understanding, that we all have roles to play. I mentioned earlier about how men in general, and again, I know some people may take offense to it, but the reality is, as you can see with the few black men that are backing Trump, there are some weak men out there that are intimidated by intelligent, strong black women. And it's their insecurities as to why they have something against her. And I think that sometimes that's needed. Sometimes we need that perspective to come in and fix some of the mess that men, black and white, have created. And even for the Democratic Party, who's the backbone of the Democratic Party? Black women. And that's just the reality. In fact, and I think that I don't take offense to it. I love it. I'm supportive of Kamala. And again, that's the other thing that I would encourage everyone in our audience to do, is to learn her name and pronounce it right.
Yes.
And so I think that that's important as well. But to your question, Bridget, I love it. I was happy to see that she was in the running for it. I will be casting my vote on the first day of early voting. I believe that begins October 21st or 22nd here in Texas. I will be there. And so, yes, I'm supportive of it. I'd have no problem with it at all.
Let me ask you this question. Go ahead, Todd.
I just don't understand how people of my age, or people like just men in general, can't see Miss Harris and not see their grandmother or their auntie or their mom. Like why wouldn't you want to vote for her? Like that's the first reason why I want to vote for her. Just off that alone.
Can you see
it kind of make you think they don't have any strong women in their lives?
Yes,
right.
And they don't know what they look like.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going to add this question to Gerald. Do you think? I don't know, Reginald. Okay, don't play. All right, so to Reginald, here's my question: are the men intimidated by her? Are they just following the idiot? Because I deep down inside believe Tim, I can call his last name, but Tim and Byron are for this woman. But I am such an idiot that I am following this man for whatever reason. So my intimidation comes from him.
Right.
And not from her. So what is your view on that? Because that's what I see.
I think it's a combination of both. So I think that they probably would, under different circumstances, follow and support Madam Vice President. But again, it's all about power. And they understand the dynamics of the voters, not so much as Trump himself, but the voters that support Trump. And what they don't get is they ain't about to put you in power. Mark Robinson in North Carolina, these people, black folk cannot do, again, forgive me, and I don't know if I can say this on your podcast.
Say it.
Black folk can't do what white folk do.
And that's
white people can get out there and do that. They can't. The minute you do it, they let you know and they put you in your place. And that's why Mark Robinson is an example. We're going to make an example of you. You can't do what we do.
Right. And not only him, that Tim person, I ain't going to say his last name because I know somebody with the same last name, but Tim and Donald, Byron. None of these people. We have women too who are following behind Trump because
Yes.
we want power, but we don't understand. Yesterday, in order to receive power, your grandmama and your mama said, "This is your power. This is the power." Why would I want to go up to the top with number 45 and he tell me to jump first? No, you jump first. Let me see what's gonna happen.
That's
and
right.
then I'll make my decision and say, no, I ain't gonna do that. You ain't making it, so I ain't coming down. But that's the sad part that I see.
But even his running mate is intimidated by him. You could tell that from the debate. He is so intimidated by that guy.
I think I don't think that idiot number 2 is intimidated. I think he's more of what Reginald said. That joker wants some power. And he wants so much power that he put his mama into the mix. That's a sad person right there.
That is sad.
That is a sad person. And I don't never want my grandchildren, I don't want my sons to go, oh, okay, well, my mama was on drugs. And, now listen, Joker, I didn't tell you to tell them people I was on drugs. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm clean now.
And nothing to do with what's going on.
It has
Nothing.
So it's the mentality that these people have, that I want to be the ruler of all. But if they open that Bible, it'll tell them. I don't want to talk about the Bible because I'll be acting like I know what I'm saying. But I just need I need for our people, and I'm talking about Black. I'm talking people. Understand that this man means absolutely nothing to the world.
He's dangerous.
He is. Now
He's dangerous.
He is
he's a criminal.
That's what, and that criminal mind, son.
Yeah.
So that's
part
of the what do we have? The storms just went through. When he's telling the people that FEMA was not going to help him, FEMA took the money and gave it over to the illegal. Come on, people. FEMA don't have that kind of control. All them dollars and pennies are counted for. Mm-hmm. And this man is the man who didn't give you any money.
He just signed.
He didn't give you paper towels.
Not even. he didn't do nothing. Donald Trump has not done anything for any of us. Then it came out. I know y'all say Miss Linda must don't do nothing but sit in front of the news. But anyway, now it's come out where he's given Putin all the all our people that we lost during Donald Trump's time.
Dumb Donald. Dumb Donald. That's what you call him. Don't call him the full name.
Accountable for. He needs to go to jail for murder just for that.
Exactly. I agree.
If he had not sent those over to Russia, our people would have known at least how they were, feeling. Well, not how they were feeling, what was going on with their bodies.
Right.
But you take from us in America and send it over to another country, and then now you want to worry about everything that he's sending it to another country. What about us? How are you going to make America great and you can't even walk with Americans? How do we handle that, y'all? How do we fix this, as one of our viewers asked? How do we fix it?
Fix it by
he's a walking grifter. That's all. It's about money. He's running to stay out of jail potentially. And he has a lot of lawyer fees that have stacked up. But to Todd's point, he's a convicted felon. He's been convicted of sexual assault. Again, that's just another example of what white people can do that Black folk can't. Because even if Kamala Harris or Obama had any of this on their record, there was nowhere in the world.
They'll be behind bars.
Yes, Hilda.
My daughter asked me, she's 17, and she's taking a government class. And she says, Mom, I asked my instructor, if he is elected president, what message are we sending out to him? What message are you sending us? What it's okay to rape people? It's okay to sexually assault people?
Absolutely.
It's okay to kill people? Is that the message that you're sending? That's okay? I said,
It
well, then
is.
if he's elected, that's exactly
The
message
message.
that you send.
I was just reading what children have learned from Trump. Mocking the disabled is cool. Never apologize. Never admit you are wrong. Name calling is cool. Science is stupid. Empathy is for losers. Be afraid of anyone, not white. Cheating is acceptable. Bullying people is good. Stealing from charities is okay. Reading is a waste of time. Attacking dead people is fine. Distorting the truth is normal. Always blame others. And always take credit when no credit is due. That's what our children are learning from.
And that's what they are learning. And
you said, how do we fix it?
Yes.
Vote for Kamala.
That's well, we got to get the people there, Hilda. We got to get them there to vote for Hilda. What were you going to say, Todd? I'm sorry.
I was gonna say that he just lacks accountability. He just takes accountability for none of his actions. For no, like he always has a reason to why something happened, but it has nothing to do with him, which is crazy.
But he's a good candidate for calling people out of their names. I wish I could just have 10 minutes that we can battle calling each other out of their names. What? Oh, yes.
Just battle. She went old school with it. Just battle with name calling. We ain't battle rapping. We finna just dog you out. We finna cap. You want a capping session.
Okay. I would have started with the diaper that you wear and the mama that you bought in the world. Girl, don't play with me, mister. I can't see all of this coming up from our kids. And this is why yesterday, again, we were talking about just what we're saying, playing a dozen. And we didn't get upset. You shot me, I shot you. But now calling each other out of our names and telling us this and this, calling our children, because I got something for you when you come for me. But anyway, calling our children out of their names, now they're feeling bullied.
Right.
Because this is what he's teaching them exactly.
That's right.
What just brought it to us. This man is not even good for his own children. And we can tell that by watching Eric with his. So, anyway.
Or his wife. Where's Melania?
Or his wife.
Never with him. That says a lot, too. The fact that your own wife won't even stand by your side. And the only reason why she's out in public now is because she's trying to sell a book that I'm pretty sure she didn't write.
That she didn't write. You sure right.
Yeah. So, and how much of it did she? She wrote a couple of things, and then what she wrote was what she said about the abortion. That was it. Because, she ain't done nothing to me. But anyway, because y'all must make me tell y'all. Yeah, but what she did was marry the idiot, and she married him financially, and to come over to this country, and to bring her family over to this country. So when we start talking about illegal alien, we have to look in our own home. Because when you send her back, then you send everybody else back.
And then how can he say children born here cannot be U.S. citizens, and he'd have brought her whole family over here to be a U.S. citizen?
It makes no sense. Like some Trump supporters came and tell you why they're voting for him.
What did you say, Todd?
I said some Trump supporters came and tell you why they vote for him. They have no reason to vote for him. It just, you can ask them, why are you voting for Trump? They can't say anything.
You're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. And not some, baby. All of them. All of them. They don't have no reason.
He has no real policies. He has no real plan. He doesn't have anything. And
he got concept.
That's it.
He got concept. But
personally, the only thing I know that Trump did, and which is why he has some of the votes from my generation, is because he freed a rapper out of jail. So that's why they're like, we like Trump. We're here for Trump because he freed a rapper. It just makes no sense to me because the rapper doesn't even know you. So it just makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. You can't make some of this stuff up.
Verify her voting. Good job.
Good job, Priscilla. And we need everybody else, y'all. Verify. Make sure y'all Y'all are.
Yeah, I verified mine.
Let's.
And
I get me too. I couldn't even sleep, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie. And I knew that I was good, but for whatever reason, that kept
yeah,
messing with me. And was it Monday morning? I woke up and I checked my grandsons too. So
and
that
you know, y'all, what's sad? You know, we're speaking truth, and we're laughing a little bit and we're chuckling a little bit. But there are some people that thinking that we're just making fun and we're just talking about him
yeah.
just to be doing something because we don't like him. They do not understand how dangerous this man is. And the things that we are saying is the truth about this man.
Right.
And it
Okay.
is just so sad.
It is so sad to this
It is
right
sad.
here, Bridget, that again, I was looking at the news, and this man that was a Trump reporter, older man, a Trump supporter, they told him to leave, evacuate his home in Florida. And he refused only because Trump said they was going to take, FEMA was going to take the money and give it to the Haitians and all those people. And this man did not leave, and this man lost his life.
Mm.
So you
That's
see
crazy.
the power that this idiot have.
Yes. That's why I say he is dangerous.
But
It's
I
too
think
dangerous.
it's like a cult, and then you
All of
have
this.
fox feeding this.
Yes.
You know, they live in a different reality. Honestly,
Yes.
I just that the lies, and they say they just taken it all in, and I think it's more of a cult mentality, and so their
Mhm.
leader can do no wrong, and I think that's what we're facing, and it's difficult to make them see the truth.
See different. Yeah,
Yeah, well,
I agree.
like he gonna make them drink the Kool-Aid. Them just
They
keep on
drunk it.
They done drunk, yeah, they done
They
drunk.
drunk it.
Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Baby, they done had a double shot, baby. They done did that.
Bridget, they done drunk that vodka that wasn't no good. Remember his vodka went down? Everything that this man touched turned to shut up. It turned to that.
Everything he
Yeah.
Everything he touched. Nothing that he had. He's been bankrupt. He done been accused of and found guilty of fondling women that he didn't even know anything about, but yet still they look like your wife. Are you stupid?
Right.
Yeah. So you done
manipulating funds.
everything you've given to foreign countries that are against us. This man has done any and everything so wrong. We have to, people, stop and start thinking for ourselves. And as Todd and everyone else said, we have to research for ourselves. Don't take Sharilyn word, Bridget my word, Reginald, Todd, Hilda. Don't take our word. Check it out for yourself and see what direction or how you would be the first day that Trump becomes president.
Ooh,
Research
ooh,
that.
ooh.
Research that if this idiot becomes president, he claimed only one day, and that's the first day. But do you know there's a first day and then the next first day and then the first day, and every day after that is going to be the first day.
And he's also saying you don't have to vote again. He's telling his
That's what I
followers, you'll
said.
never have to vote again. This
Never,
is the one time,
never.
yeah.
How do he become? Oh, I got a headache, y'all. I
Okay.
got a headache.
I know we know a lot about Trump, but if I may, I like to just cover a few things about what we don't know about Kamala.
Come on.
Kamala. Okay, well, she's been in public service all her life. She was Attorney General of California, U.S. Senators, and currently Vice President. She expended the child tax credit to cut child poverty in half, provided $450 billion in relief to 6 million small businesses, sponsored legislation to expand and strengthen Social Security, created the first ever federal health and safety requirements of maternal emergency services in hospitals, led the White House blueprint for addressing the maternal health crisis, shut down scam healthcare websites, sued drug companies for unlawful drug pricing and marketing tactics, capped the cost of insulin to $35 a month for seniors, launched a national reproductive rights tour, becoming the first VP in history to visit reproductive health clinic, won $20 billion settlement of homeowners during the foreclosure crisis, took on for-profit colleges that scammed Americans. Remember the Corinthians University and the Trump University? Won settlements for companies that underpaid workers and violated labor laws, protected seniors from fraud and abuse, closed the gun show loophole to ensure sellers conduct background checks, stopped nearly 30,000 firearm sales to convicted domestic abusers, voted to confirm more women and people of color to take the judiciary look more like America, and so much more. But these
so much
very
more.
good.
So much more. We're talking about a very intelligent person, not just a Black or Asian woman, but a human being with this type of knowledge, with this type of experience under her belt. And that's for those of you who don't know anything about her, but won't use your Google to Google her. So all we could do, I got to sneeze, y'all.
Thank you for that, Hilda. I really appreciate that, because there are so many people saying, well, what has she done? What has she done? She just gave you a snippet. Now what?
And that's just, a handful of things. There's so much more. If you do want to find out more about her, there's a really good book, The Truths We Told by Kamala Harris. And it's really, really good. And it gives you a little bit more of an insight of who she is as a partner, as a daughter, as a friend. And it's a really, really good book. I encourage everyone to read it and learn more about her.
I do too, and I am so excited.
I love to read.
I Google, because anytime you tell me something, let me see, because I learned this from the kids, but they're not Googling the right things that they should be Googling. So,
exactly.
And they're not asking the right questions.
Exactly.
You can Google, but you have to ask Google the right questions.
Yeah.
Right.
And I wish that I pray. Not wish. I pray that Todd, your peers, will follow you and understand what is going forward and the decision that you have made to vote for Ms. Harris. So, and then my peers, all of us that are on here, we have to reach out to our peers
and continue to
educate and let them know it's okay to agree, to disagree, to agree, however order you want to put it in, it's okay to do so. So I just want us to go and support Ms. Harris so that we and our generations behind us, before us, all these people can appreciate what America really is. We have never been this bad to the last few years that it has come into our lives. And we have to stand strong on our feet to do better.
Mm-hmm.
As Ms. Dexter just said, and educate. Educate is the key. It is the key. We cannot learn if we don't educate each other.
Right.
We have to.
And in my pursuit to educate others, I have learned so much more. I have been educated. So continue to educate others, and you'll be educated also.
Exactly. It's okay to even say, girl, you taught me something. It's okay.
That's right.
The people, our grandparents always say you're supposed to learn something new every single day. Every day God sends, you're supposed to learn something new. And that's why we should be voting for her because she's the best candidate. Oh, that's amazing, Mr. Bryant. Absolutely.
There's no comparison.
That is it.
A very qualified candidate.
Very. I think Joe Biden said it today best, that he told number 45, man, go get a life.
Please and thank you.
And that is it. You cannot beat that statement right there. I was like, okay, Joe, they done gave you something. Yeah.
Gave him some boost.
Boost, that's it. I don't know what was in the boost, but you took it.
They gave him some boost back here.
That's it. So, ladies, it's that time. It's that time. Yes.
Time passes so fast.
Yes.
When you're having fun and being educated and
That's
putting the
it.
truth out there, but it's time to say goodnight.
It is.
But I want to
say it, Sharilyn.
Go to our YouTube channel
and do what?
Like and subscribe.
Yes. And also go to our Facebook page, the Golden Square Podcast. Join us there. And if you have any questions, concerns, place your questions and concerns right there, and someone will get back with you. All right. So I don't want to say good night, but go vote. That's what I'm going to say.
Go vote. Take somebody to vote.
Yes.
Talk to somebody about voting. Discuss the importance of voting.
Yes.
Take them with you if you have to.
Go to Ballotpedia.org and research the candidate.
Exactly. And Todd, I would love for you to continue to work with your peers and let them see what tomorrow holds for you guys when y'all do the right thing.
That's well.
All right. So, Hilda.
Thanks for joining us.
See y'all real soon. Reginald.
Thank you so much.
See y'all later. See y'all next Thursday, 7 p.m.
See you.
Bye.